ChatGPT's image generation just got a massive upgrade the other week, and while there are a lot of fun and cool ways to play around with it for creating images, I want to explore what kind of business use cases we as solopreneurs, one-person businesses, creators can actually use and apply in our business using this tool. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through a couple of use cases. What can you actually create with this tool for your business? Either it's for marketing, digital products, for social media, for ads. So we are going to tap into really what is the value for your business. I want to make it really practical and useful for you, so you know exactly what you can test in your business after this tutorial. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Elena, and on this channel we explore how to use AI to build and grow one-person businesses with AI as our co-founder, while staying authentic to ourselves and without outsourcing our critical thinking to AI. So if it is something you're interested in, make sure to subscribe to this channel. And let's jump into the tutorial. So first, let's take a look at this updated feature. If you come to ChatGPT, create an image, here you will see already a bunch of preset styles that you can use and explore. We have this viral scribble, we have this animal infographic, sticker styles. There's so many things. If you're designing app or like wireframes, this could be really helpful. And what it is, essentially, it's like a predefined prompt. So there's a lot of things that you can explore. We're going to start with the first use case. And here I want to create an infographic. I don't want to create this lame purplish textile infographic that is so obvious AI generated. I want to create something that is cute, something that maybe reflects the colors that I like, the style that I like. And if you're in my membership or if you've been following me on YouTube, you know that I'm a huge proponent of creating original content and then repurposing this content to social media in different shapes and forms. For the first example, to create an infographics, I don't want to say create an infographics about X. I want to give it my transcript, a transcript to YouTube tutorial that I've created, and turn that into infographic. And if you don't have a YouTube channel, if you don't create video content, you can think, what are the other long-form content types that you're creating in your business? Either it's a blog post, newsletters, whatever you're producing, whatever you're creating can be very useful here. And even if it's just a brain dump, I'm a huge fan of brain dump. Sometimes you just have an idea, you don't have time to turn it into long-form content, but you can just voice note what you're thinking about and ask it to create infographics or any images from that. I'm gonna go to one of my videos that I've recorded recently. It's about AI skill development, so I'm just gonna copy the transcript and I'm gonna click on this one, and here I'm just gonna adjust a little bit and say create infographics from this transcript. I'm gonna paste it here, and I also want to add, because for example, if we want to post it on LinkedIn or Instagram, create it in 4.5 ratio for Instagram, for example. Okay, so we gave it instructions, we fine-tuned the original prompt a little bit because the prompt just basically gave us this type of image, and we added the transcript and said which format we want to have, and then let's see what happens. Okay, so now we can see it's done, and I think it looks really fun. It definitely doesn't look like this majority, like 99% of infographics that I see, at least in my niche, in the AI space. It really adds something playful, which is the way I like it. Yeah, I see there's quite a lot of text, so I think some of them could be like simplified a little bit. So I would just prompt it again and say, okay, just make sure the most essential information is there and highlight it and remove everything that is not necessary, right? You can interact in the chat and refine it like you would normally do in any conversation with an LLM. I think this is a really cool way to add consistency to your social media. Personally, my content philosophy is that I don't want AI to create content for me. I want AI to help me shape my ideas, my point of view, my experience, my skills, what I have to say, and the knowledge that I have, and help me repurpose repurpose that. So for example, if I don't have enough time to record a reel today, I will just repurpose one of my videos and I would post it on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and go about my day. If you want to have it in different type of aspect ratio, you can just choose here. And if it cuts off, you can again in the chat just prompt it, make sure that you redo it in this format, make sure that nothing gets cut off and so on. And if there's certain areas you want to edit, like you can just highlight this and then give, for example, say remove this entirely or add something different. So this is how you would edit certain parts of it that didn't come out like you wanted to. So that was use case number one. And another tip for specifically for infographics, if you've seen a style of infographics that you can just take a screenshot, upload it here and say, I want to create an infographic about this topic from my transcript or from my brain dump or just from this idea. And I want you to use the similar style. Another thing you can do here, if you want to create infographics in your brand colors, for example, so you give it your color palette, which you can just screenshot from Canva or just find something you like. It's so easy to find nowadays. So just screenshot it, add it here and say redo it in this color palette and it will be in your colors. So imagination is the limit here, but I think infographics is a really cool way to create some more kind of diverse type of social media content and educational content. Let's go to the next one. And the tip I want to give you is always start a new chat. So if you start a new idea, like you want to turn a certain thing into an image, always start a new chat, because otherwise if you continue in the same chat, the context will continue to build up and at some point the model will get confused and you will not get as good results. This really makes a difference. So the second use case I want us to try is to create an ad for Meta just using this image capability. So if you're running ads to your offers, to webinars, if ads is just part of your funnel, you know that it is really important to have a diverse set of creatives. Like the more different types of creatives you test, the more you know what's working, the more you can lean into the ones that are working. Let's say I want to run ads to my membership on school. So I'm just going to go into school and the only thing I have, like this is my sales page literally, right? Like what my community is about. So I'm just going to copy this link and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so here's the prompt that I'm giving. Create an image for a meta ad. I want to create 6 versions of the ad creatives. It should reflect the offer and I'm giving the link here. My target audience is this and I'm giving a link to my school about page. So let's see what comes up. Okay, so we got the first creatives and I already see the mistake that I made because I haven't really defined what style it should be. So I hate absolutely all of this because this typical AI content, I really don't want to use it. But so good learning for me. And next time I'm gonna do like this. How am I going to fix it? I'm giving it just a gradient that I use in my marketing materials. I'm going to give it a screenshot of this. And I'm also going to give it my color palette. So use these visual assets to create the ads in this style instead. Also make sure that the copy from the about page comes in. So do not use any generic language, but make sure that you highlight the copy from my about page. So I'm really happy that I can show you this because this is the thing. Most people, like 99% of people, will just do this part. And that's why we see so much slop on the internet. That's why, yes, you can generate hundreds and thousands of creatives. And yes, maybe there is a point of testing them and some would work really well. So maybe I'm just being stupid here, but I really want to create something that I like myself. I don't want things that I create look like 99% of AI generated slop. So that's why I'm making this extra effort. And yes, it takes a bit of time, but I think in the long term, when everything else blends in, if you cultivate this skill of refining it, take it one extra step to make sure that it reflects some things about you, your brand, your message, I think you're going to be winning in long term. Okay, and you can see a totally different story. This is pretty good actually. So it reflects what my page says. Maybe I just want to say, check out my membership or whichever CTA I'm giving in this ad so I can just refine it in chat. But I think this is just so much better. I like number 2, I like number 5. So I'm just going to show you a cool thing in Canva. Maybe I want to do some editing. I just want to change one word or add something like some image to it. Whatever I want to do, I want to customize it. Once we add it to Canva, we can use this setting called magic layers. So when you press on magic layers, Canva dissects all the layers and you can edit them all individually, which I think is really cool because it gives you so much freedom, adding things, removing things, rewriting things, and just changing the graphics or doing small changes. Here we can move each individual thing if we want to do that. But I'm pretty happy with this. So all I want to change here is my CTA, and I want it to be placed a little bit here, and I want the text to be like this. And maybe I want to create different versions of this to try with different copy. This is yet another opportunity for me to create more types of creatives, to test different copy. Maybe, let's say I want to add an image. We're gonna do magic grab. I want to add this image and I want to send it to the back. You can customize it however you want. You can test it however you want. So that was a bit of a detour with Canva, but I find this really helpful if there is changing a text or some visual alignment that you want to experiment with, or just in general increase the quantity of your ads, then you can just do it super simple in Canva instead. So the next use case, I think it's interesting for anyone who is creating digital products, creating Pinterest content, lead magnets. Let's say you are a mindfulness coach and you sell different digital products. Maybe you have an app, maybe you are doing coaching or group program or have a community membership, whatever. So you can create assets for yourself. So the prompt that I'm giving is I want to create a 30-day mindfulness habit tracker to help people with some ideas of how to practice mindfulness daily and then help them track that. It should be minimalistic, editorial aesthetics. I'm going to upload some brand colors that I want you to integrate and also want you to use some visual elements that are relevant to this niche. And then I'm just going to upload my brand colors here. And this is important. We press create an image here because if we don't, it will just create copy for us, which is also good. If you want to refine, if you want to add some concrete twists to this, that's totally fine. But I want to see how we can do it in one shot, basically. And here we have it. Let's zoom in a little bit. I think it's pretty cool. It used the colors that I gave it. Amazing Pinterest content. Really cool lead magnets for your niche. I just want to try something different. I say create a 30-day mindfulness calendar with 1 tip per day with some simple mindfulness actions or exercise in the same visual style. Here's the image. So let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, here's the image. I'm still so impressed by how it handles text. The consistency, I think it's really cool. If you're doing coaching with your clients, let's stay with the mindfulness niche for a second. Think about it one step further. Can you create personalized assets for your clients? So for example, when someone's working with you and you're giving them some resources, you can create them by feeding some of the learnings that you've had with these clients. For example, summary of the meeting. And you create this based on their needs, based on what their mindfulness goals are. You see my point. You can think how in your business you can use this to create personalized assets for your clients or for your audience. I think this has a lot of potential. Let's say you are in a productivity niche. All those types of checklists, cheat sheets, like this is how-tos, like all those visual assets you can create right now in ChatGPT for your business. The next use case I want to show is for educational creators. So let's say that you are creating some sort of visuals, like visualizing the certain workflows or visualizing certain processes. If that could be part of your newsletters, educational materials, course materials, I'm going to upload the same transcript that I did in the beginning. I'm going to give this prompt. I want you to extract the progression, the process that I'm walking through in this video and visualize that. Use my brand colors and the aesthetics that I attach, and it should be minimalistic and very clean. So I'm gonna yet again attach my brand colors and the gradient that I usually use, and I am gonna paste the transcript. And here it created this visual flow or progression. it really captures what I'm actually saying in the video, and even highlighting the common mistakes that I'm walking through. I can include it in my newsletter when I talk about this. So this is this flywheel thinking of content. Once you create content or you have an idea for your long form, what can you do with it? How can you repurpose it? How can you enhance it? And I think I see ChatGPT image down here exactly as like enhancer. So it's not replacing and creating slop for us, but it's creating either through the content we already have, through the ideas we already have, and complements basically our content flywheel. So we can be present and with less stress, with less burnout on more platforms and still provide the value, because ultimately that's all what it is, what matters. Are you providing value for your audience and for your customers, or are you just generating that to overflow the social media? The very last thing I want to show you is how to create a carousel. We are going to take my transcript, and the prompt that I'm giving here is create an educational carousel using this transcript, extract the main concept that are valuable for my audience. Make sure that the carousel has a strong hook, 5 to 7 slides, has a CTA in there, and make the ratio for 5 for Instagram. I want to add my brand colors. I want to use, again, this scribble style. I'm just gonna refine this prompt a little bit. Create carousel images. And here I'm also gonna upload my transcript done. So now it has my transcript, it has the style defined, and it has my colors. So let's see what we get. Okay, love this. I really love it. So the only kind of thing that I will need to do right now is to screenshot this, get in Canva, and then you can do it there. I'm definitely going to use this. Remember, the reason why we're learning how to do this, making an extra effort, refining the style, making sure that we're using the content and the knowledge that we have, this is what's going to differentiate, I think, creators, entrepreneurs going forward, because spitting out content is going to be super easy, but people will get tired from it, and it will not build trust for your brand, for your offers, for your services. And that's what we ultimately want. We're building distribution as solopreneurs, as one-person businesses, building trust and creating high quality, valuable resources for your audience is going to be the mode. That's how I'm choosing to see this, and that's how I'm doing that. If you want to learn more, feel free to check out the AI Solopreneur Club. Right now we're running the 90-day content challenge, where we're learning how to use AI in a way that feels authentic to us, but that helps us to show up more, to create more content that feels aligned, and just helps us not to burn out on social media. If you want to join this challenge, we just got started, so join us. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful, and I will see you in the next video.